Good morning, everybody. At least morning for my side, whatever time it is for wherever you're at on this awesome planet Earth. I am back from vacation, and I gotta say, it was pretty chill. It was pretty chill. It was pretty nice relaxation vacation. But I will say this too, though. One of the downsides is how my brain works is that the build crafting mind of mine does not stop whether I'm on vacation or not. So, with that said, while I was on vacation, my family and I ended up going to Disney. And while my family and I were at Disney, during my downtime, I will say I did focus on my family during that time. But during my downtime, I did come up with some insane build crafting ideas. Insane, I would say, for my record. But some of these I'll keep it a lock and key, but some of them I will be working on putting together today, because some of these setups that I have concocted require certain armor sets and synergies that I do not currently have. So, figured today be a chill day. Let's do some gaming and get some armor sets. Start working on putting some of these builds together. And I would say let's focus on the Hunter today. Focus on the Hunter. We might switch it up. Might go into the Titan. Might go into the Warlock. We'll see. I was able to work on my Titan a bit some yesterday, so I'll probably keep those in a lock and key today. Just started work on my Warlock to the tail end of last night, but I have not touched the Hunter yet. So let's get started. Now, if you recognize the background, yes, this is the Dreaming City background, and one of the armor sets that I was looking into acquiring was the actual Last Wish armor set. Now I know that I am a solo player. I cannot do raids on my own. However, looking it up, there are certain chests that you can get of the raid sets that you can get solo. Now, we'll take a bit of time to get the full set and the pieces that you need, but there is still a means to finally get the raid sets, and in turn the bonuses for those raid sets, right? The Last Wish raid set, very good setup, entirely grenade focused. The first two set give you damage resistance on grenade final blows, and then a 4 set, grenade final blows, gave you heavy ammo progress. And I already have an idea of the build that armor set is gonna go into, but I just started getting yesterday. I got the 2 solo chest pieces, and I'll have to wait until next week to try to get the last 2. But otherwise, the setup that I'm looking at a couple different things. One, I think I'm going to be looking at, let's see, what do we have equipped right now? We have the Stasis Warlock. Bit of a spoiler there. Yes, we do have a Stasis Hunter coming here soon, as promised. This was going to be the setup that I dropped right before Monument of Triumph dropped. However, the setup that I had ready to go was going to be completely useless by the time Monument of Triumph dropped. So I figured, all right, I'm going to go ahead and wait, and instead going to hold out onto getting it until Monument of Triumph drops and then fix it. And I got to say, very happy with this setup and very happy with the fact that I waited. But I think... Ooh, hold on just a second. I'm thinking I also haven't had the chance to play around with the new Void setup yet. So, I think that's what I'm going to do today. I have not had a chance to actually play around with the new Void melee yet, just because limiting time of what I can get, what I can't get, and then also at the same time going on vacation, so I haven't really had much time to play around with it. But I am eager I am very eager to finally try out this Void melee. I've tried out the Titan Shield Crush. I've tried out the Solar Hunters, Crack Shot. Tried out the new Warlock of Void aspect, but the Void Hunter I have not actually had a chance to try out yet. I have unlocked it. I did go as far as equipping it, but I did not do anything else with it. So what does this actually do? Our -4/combatants as you pass through them deal significantly increased damage to Void debuff targets or targets with on the prowl. That's good. We have that equipped. And then generate Void Overshield. Hey, that's rude. Generate Void Overshield for each combatant hit. Defeating at least one combatant grants additional Overshield and refunds melee ability energy. Alright, well, it doesn't say that it combines with anything. So, our melee stat is currently 100. So, let's see if... First off, let's get some actual defeating targets. Because it says refunds melee energy, so I don't know if that actually has to do with if it scales with the melee stat or not as far as the energy regen, but let's find out. So we're on the prowl to activate. There we go. And... Alright, doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it, but that was actually more than the first time. So maybe that's because it went invisible. Or not invisible now, so... Okay. Whatever it is, though, that still has a pretty good cooldown. For at least getting, looks like about 70% of it. So... Let's see. I feel like my vault is just the dumping ground sometimes. Dumping ground of all... lost items. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Graviton forfeit. Alright, so, because then when we go invisible, we get... What was it? Recharge faster. Alright, so, let's see. We're at 95 now. Let's see if we can fix that. Nope. Wait, yep, we can. We have enough energy to do that. And we can go ahead and bump this to 105. Alright, so now let's see what happens. And let's see what we do too. Nope, still only 70%, but oh, that person was not invisible. Alright. Let's get them. Okay, the class ability comes back super fast. That's good. That's really good to know right there. So where we don't get the melee energy, we do get the class ability energy, which is very good. And then get that going. Melee, dodge, melee. Okay, I can see how this is. I can kind of start getting an idea here. I can definitely start getting an idea here. Alright. So... emphasis on kinda. I can definitely see the Phantom Surge with Graviton Forfeit synergy working. I would say probably, I don't know, I think I put on Trapper's Ambush over the weekend just to see what it does. It does give us Devour now, which is very good. But I am probably going to say... Oh, wait a minute. Does Trapper's Ambush proc? It does! Okay, it actually procs class ability back. So we might actually keep that on then. Because on the prowl will definitely let us go invisible. And... okay. That's actually some good combination there. Now, I wonder... defeating priority targets creates weakening cloud, makes you and allies invisible when passed through it. I do have an idea. There's an older build. Not too old, but older now. The idea of running... where is it at? think that's it. No, that's Shinobu's Vow. There it is. Oh, of course, not enough space. Just looking, we can find this again, no problem. The idea of running Khepri Sting, wherever that just went. Because all Khepri Sting does is defeating a weakened target release a burst of weakening smoke and refunds void melee ability energy. So let's pair that up. Let's see what happens when we do that. Alright, run a combatant wave. Alright, and... okay, so it's defeating a weakened target. So with that, we might actually need to put on... no, we gotta go back to the old setup. Alright, let's go back to Graviton for now. Pardon me. Alright, so let's think. Okay, what kind of armor sets do we have now? Well, I think there's the new UTech armor. Do I have any on my hunter? I don't think I do. There's the other idea that I had, but Void Breaches... from what I saw, Void Breaches don't give melee energy. Oh, no, they do give melee energy. Wait a minute. Alright, so where's that at? Yep, Void Breaches grants melee energy. Okay, so how do we get the Void Breaches made? Rapid final blows against weakened combatants. There's the weakened again. Another way to proc weaken. Hello, Storm for the weaken clear. Nope. While Devour is active, Void Weapon final blows. Okay, so we have Devour active and Void Weapon final blows. Have a chance to generate a Void Breach. Okay. And against weakened targets. Pick up Void Breach, cause your next source of void damage, create a large weakening pulse. Okay, so here's an idea. Entry abilities mark target. So can we go on to Man Invisible? I think we can. Which for that, I'm going to have to use my Destiny 2 Companion app because the weapon I have in mind is on a different class. And with that, I'm already starting to get another idea. Alright, so I'm thinking if we put on Third Iteration, because Third Iteration will auto-proc, if I can do Amalgamation round, that'll proc invisibility, then proc a target, and then where's my next target? I'm gonna go invisible again. Their successful hunt times 2. And I'm thinking back, go invisible. A nice combination right there. Okay, so yeah, definitely liking Third Iteration on it, because with Third Iteration, we're going to be proccing, we can auto-proc invisibility, so we don't have to wait for a melee to come back, and at the same time, we could also technically keep on, if we wanted to, we could keep on Trapper's Ambush. So let's go ahead and do something dumb. There we got the Devour. And there's the void breaches. More devour. Totally missed that. Super. Okay. So, only downside with that. Only downside with that combination right there is... The only downside of that entire combination right there is the fact that Devour gives... Well, one, I also had the wrong aspect on. Let's go and load it up. Void Breaches give melee energy. Void Breach, that does the Void Weapon. Void damage to be weakening pulse. I'm thinking let's put on Stylish Executioner on. Because with the idea that we're starting to put together here, we're going to want to put on as much ability ways to weaken. Now, I do have to look something up real quick, though. Sorry, I'm trying to look something up real quick. There's something going on with my settings on my side. Okay, I think I got it now. Alright. Now back. Anyways, sorry about that. So I'm using some new cool software tools and something was acting up on it. But anyways, alright. So, kind of working the Artifact Slayer Baron top down. Picking up Void Bridge is going to grant melee energy. Not that I think we're really going to have much of a problem with getting melee energy back, just because with what we saw right there with having 115 melee stat and 87 class stat. Also with the fact that once we go invisible, that we will be able to get our melee back no problem. Just give it a few seconds. Where's the target? Alright, so it might take a second or two. Still planning out the Hunter melee because I haven't had a full chance to explore it yet. And there's one target there. But anyways... I don't like the fact that I feel like they could have added one more line in where, like, or I feel like it could have one more line in where if you defeat on a prowl target, it gives you more melee energy. And yeah, I wish there was a way to actually give more melee energy there, but it's all right. We'll make do. We can figure out a way around this. So we'll worry about the subclass in a second. I may or may not have to play around with this. So throw the comments down below if you have a better idea as far as the Void Hunter is concerned, as far as that setup goes. But I think it's been a long time, long time, since I have been on the Arc Hunter, and there have been a lot of new things that have come out, especially as far as Arc is concerned. And these are one of the ideas that I did craft together. So I think I'm going to start working on putting pieces together, things and ideas I've already wanted to test, but. Let's reset this artifact because it's set up for void. And I did see a couple things as far as Arc was concerned. Excuse me, drinking some coffee, try not to spill it on myself. But, so I'm looking at lightning strikes twice after an arc grenade, gain increased grenade recharge for a short time. Our final blows extend the duration of this benefit, which that in itself is incredible. That in itself is incredible. All right, and the next thing is shock and awe. Our final blows while you're amplified. Some of the bursts of lightning that deals damage and jolts targets. All right, so we want those two big heavy hitters as far as the MP4. And then nothing really much else here, to be honest. The bricks from beyond, that'll be helpful. That wasn't the right one. That was Grace bonus arc super for cast while Craig Lunar amplified. That will help. Stay amplified longer. There's those. This might not actually be the one that I'm wanting to run with, now that I think about it. But I want to put together an Arc Hunter again. So this is pretty much what, like, a lot of what the new build crafting kind of takes, is that, you know, have an idea in your head and take a look at supporting artifacts. So defibrillating blast, setting a champion, great max bolt charge. We had two to shreds on here, or to shreds, so we are able to get that woven mail, which is becoming a very popular combination to run, is to use your class ability and have a weapon slice, and then use to the shreds, which might not actually be a bad idea, to be honest, because the idea that I'm going back into is one of the earliest hunter builds on this channel. I want to say the second hunter build, if I'm being honest, but it's going to end up being Lucky Raspberry again. Because one thing that I did say I was going to do was I was going to go through and refresh a lot of the old builds that I made for Renegades. And the first one, and the one that I wanted to refresh, was actually the Lucky Raspberry build. And this probably drop the health stat. But refresh and Lucky Raspberry, this thing got reworked back. I think the start of Renegades is arc bolt grenades have increased chaining abilities and jolt target hits, and damage get back into with jolt. Applying a jolt to targets grants additional arc bolt grenade energy. So that's one of the biggest things that we can chain. And on top of that, since we're going to be using the not storm grenade, the arc bolt grenade, we can run this, create combination blow, gambler's dodge, and ascension. All that looped together. This is one of my very oldest videos. All that grouped together can combine into basically a literal ability span the entire time. Now, the other aspect I think we had on Flow State. No, it's Tempest Strike. Tempest Strike is what it was. I was looking at the newer refresh aspects. Flow State is going to defeat jolt targets to make you amplify. While you're amplified, your dodge recharge more quickly. You're more resilient while dodging, and your reload speed is greatly increased. And the length of current, damaging any jolted target with the melee attack also blinds them. After dodging, next melee attack has increased lunge range and jolts the targets, and creates a damaging aftershock. So, I think the setup we had running there was we were running Tempest Strike, because I also know with Tempest Strike and Combination Blow gives a little bit of help, but with Tempest Strike hitting more than one target, it gave us a lot more health at the same time. But does Combination Blow... Well, no. Tempest Strike already jolts. So Tempest Strike already jolts. Alright. Look around the fragments in a little... No, let's go do it now. Let's run the screen. Alright, Spark Resistance gives us more DR. Defeating a jolted target defeating a target bolt charge is going to create Ionic Trace. I don't think I want that, but I do want Spark of Frequency. For being amplified. It's already on. Okay, that's fine. Briefly increases outgoing melee damage. Maybe. And there we go. Collecting Ionic Traces gives us Bolt Charge. Alright, so these two are offset. Okay. And so the next idea, alright, was if we are running The shreds, defibrillating blast, maybe. We do a flash overrun, we do a vile weave. Targets hit by rectangles are severed. And then horde shuttle, damage and unravel targets. So this is going to help spread that bolt charge too, because there's that cheesy Titan build that can come back from this artifact alone. Then photonic flare, defeating exhauster sever target with arc damage releases a blinding burst. Since we're going to be severing targets with strand weapons, that's going to help. And then defeating arc debuff targets grant bolt charge. So this is one of the big possibilities for the arc artifact. Now the other one, there's a second one that I know has really good arc stuff. Is it Hunter's Journal? It is shock and awe. This is really good for prismatic. Shield Crush might be good. I know Hunter Journal is fantastic for... I've seen Hunter Journal is fantastic for solar. Like, solar's been popping off with Hunter's Journal, especially with solar fulmination. Like, it's going crazy right now. Log off of Destiny for 4 days just to go on vacation, and you come back and people are blowing everything up with the snap. It's crazy. Yeah, I think this is the setup we're going to run right here. I think it's the artifact we're going to run. All right, then, next important question is, well, if we're going to run a, let's see. So, ironically enough, I know the big runner right now for spreading Slice after using class ability is Festival Flight, which I'm not gonna lie, I have one too somewhere. I have one too that actually has Slice on it. It might be on a different class right now. But that's not your only option for Slice. There is also another weapon that can be used called the Quad Victus 4 that does also roll with Slice, and it also rolls with rewind rounds. Now, if you're wanting to run Festival Flight, if you're running Speedloader Slacks, that's perfectly fine. That works. I run that combination myself. It's absolutely good. This is a good backup option. And if you don't have Slice, it also runs with Tear. Persistent Final Blows cause nearby targets become severed. So the point with it is to be able to sever targets. That second line right there. Defeating a severed target so it can create that woven mail hotspot. So really, you just need to find a way to sever them. Technically speaking, too, if you're running Prismatic and you have a way to sever them on a Titan, that works as well. Because that strand melee does technically sever as well. So the whole point of it is to just sever. All right, in order to create that woven hotspot. Now, what Slice actually works is using your class buddy, which we might actually keep this on and probably maybe slot on a strand loader just because we want to have a way to have our machine gun ready to rock and roll when ready. Sorry, something popped up. No. Have something ready to roll. Now, the next question, though, is what weapon? Because I know on the original build that I did, I was running Darcy since it auto-applied Jolt. Or since it naturally applied Jolt. However, I am thinking maybe something like Delicate Tomb would work. Delicate Tomb can apply Jolt, especially after we pick up an Ionic Trace, which the armor set that I have in mind definitely gives us Ionic Traces. I don't think Centrifuge jolts. I don't think Graviton Spike jolts. I know Lodestar does jolt once Starlight Beam is active. So there is that possibility. Let's go ahead and slot it on just in case. Because it's also a primary ammo weapon, which does add... There's still Hunt. I was looking for that yesterday. There is that possibility. There technically is a possibility of Symmetry, because Symmetry can generate and disperse Bolt Charge with Dynamic Charge. Increase relay spell while amplified. There still technically is that possibility, right? Because we do have the generating bolt charges, or collecting ionic trace grants a second bolt charge, and then defeating a target with bolt charge. Spark of ion. Defeating target with bolt charge grants ionic traces. So there is that there's that idea there too, as a backup. But I'm not going to equip it for right now. I think I'm going to start off with Delicate Tomb though, which means we might need to run a special ammo finder. Good, that's technically already on. And then we'll keep 7th Seraph on, but we'll put this on. By the way, new hunter setup coming out, stasis setup. Just saying, this goes crazy. 7th Seraph plus stasis, anything, nuts. But kind of idea we're running here. So the question is though, with Delicate Tomb though, since the focus is to generate ionic traces, and ionic traces allow us to jolt targets, well, there is a setup that allows us to continuously get ionic traces to us. And that is probably going to be the armor set we are hunting down today, is going to be the Luminopotent gear. So what we're doing right now is we go ahead and clear off some space here, so we can definitely have room to farm. Now let's go ahead and put a filter on. Did they end up fixing that issue? No, they did not. Not yet. We will put a good class on Hunter. I don't know if we... Oh, we do have some UTech. Okay, that's good to know. And we do have Luminopotent. That's also good to know. We'll go ahead and take one piece. And do we have any of the others? We do have another piece. Those here are all Reaver. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Put that back. Because the less farming for this we have to do, the better. I think it's the third one. Yep, it's the third one for Reaver. But is it gear piece, which is good? Do we have a fourth one? Do we have a fourth set of Luminopotent gear? Going once, twice. Doesn't look like it. I'm seeing a bunch of the older sets. I can filter that right out. No, 7th Seraph. Oh, I missed it. Yep, Luminopotent right there. And do we have a 5th piece? Smoke Jumper. We got all 5 pieces. We got all 5 pieces, so we can technically go and run this now. We'll do Skirmisher, though. Alright, so, got all 5 sets of Luminopotent gear, all ready to go. Apparently by doing more grinding than I've realized, to be honest. And take the current stat spread. That actually looks kind of ominous right there to me. But why we're going to run this is because that 4 set piece right there, final blows with Jolt or against jolted combatants create ionic traces, and we are also going to be taking advantage of the 2-piece arm set will amplify your fusion rifles, gain increased handling, reload, and vent speed. Although we don't get the vent speed, we get the reload. And we are running the Delicate Tomb fusion rifle. Now, this is going to be my first reaction, first setup of this loadout right here, so I don't know how this is all going to go, but not going to lie, Lucky Raspberry, the theming kind of fits right here. Do I have any shaders on? That's funny. That shader actually works with the natural look of the Luminopotent gear. But, anyways, what we want to focus on is, I think in the video I said we want an even spread of melee, grenade, and class, because they are all going to affect the flow of the build. And Ascension has also been updated, that the higher the class stat, the more damage you're going to do with Ascension. So we do want to actually have good damage here. So let's see, as we go through and grind, can we... Demolition is already set, because we do want that grenade, we do want that class. We only have 1 set Demolitionist, but that's okay, because I think almost everything else does have a set of class stat focus. But let's go ahead and double check. If there is specialist, oh, demolitionist. I totally overlooked that. And it's a 5 tier. And it's a 5 tier. That was about to be a big blunder. All right, and we get. Ooh. All right, and we get the focus on the grenade set. But I will be right back. We'll stay tuned to get the mod socket set up and the build testing, and then we'll take it into live content to this goes. But I have to go take care of data real quick, so I will be right back. Stay tuned. right, we're back. All right, so if you're tuning in now, if you came in on the be right back screen, just to fill you guys in, we are going to be going through and armor hunting, testing, and going through basically live content, start putting together and exploring the new things that Bungie has released in Monument and Triumph. And one of the things that we're doing on this channel is we are going through and kind of doing a refurbishment on a lot of the older builds that have been released on this channel, specifically because you guys have been asking for them. And so the first one that we're going to be looking at today in live content is the Arc Hunter with Lucky Raspberry. And just a reminder, Lucky Raspberry's been refreshed to basically any time that we jolt a target, we're going to be getting Arc Bolt Grenade energy back. Now, I also know at the same time too that the skip grenades have also been updated as well. Shinobu's Vow has been updated as well, I believe this was. Where again, additional skip grenade damage to grant bolt charge and bolt charge. Oh, there's a bit of a typo right there. You see that? Bit of a typo right here. Bolt charge and gaining bolt charge grant skip grenade energy when bolt charge is ready. You heal nearby allies and enhance your next skip grenade. I will have to play around with that too now that I think about it. But anyways, focusing on the Lucky Raspberry today. And so, with that said, I also did have the idea, right, while I was taking care of dad duty, if there was a way to get both Vile Weave, or Woven Mail, and Frost Armor. Potentially. Yeah, there's always a potentially there, right? But regardless, today this, I mean, it could be the focus. Could be the focus, actually. Destroying Stasis Crystal or defeating frozen targets. So, Zephyr in itself, from the 10 and up Bravery, does naturally come with rolls to get Frost Armor on its own. And technically speaking, we could also roll with Festival Flight in the kinetic slot to get us Woven Mail. The other problem is that with the Strand Loader, let's put that back on, is that Strand Loading, auto loading does not apply to area denial grenade launchers. You have to have at least a magazine of 2 for it to auto load. If it's 1, it won't do it. But that's alright. We're going to roll with Quavinctus today since it also comes with Slice. So look at the mod setup for just to get this a trial run, right? I think the big focus right now is we do want another pump of melee. Maybe. Get it at least in the 70s there. And then we want grenade. We want melee. We could also want some class stat there. Pump up the class stat there. And let's do a harmonic siphon. This is a 1-slot filler. Upgrade that. It's here. All we can do because we're out of the enhancement prisms. We do have more class stat pump. Nice. And let's run with double firepower. And let's see. Let's do a harmonic loader with a plus 10 in the class to get us officially over 100, right? Because that's combination blow to charge grants class ability energy. Energy is gained scaled by a class stat and then scaled by the melee stat. And I know that Gambler's Dodge, the way it works is if you are near targets, all you need is a class stat of 50 in order, or melee stat of 50 to get to that point. Alright, I think chest piece is okay. For the legs, let's look at doing an elemental charge because we're going to get a lot of ionic traces. We want to keep that armor charge up. But the way we have to keep that, take advantage of it, is with at least a font. Otherwise, it's pointless. So I would say maybe an arc weapon search just for kicks and giggles, right? Do a melee stat. And Luminopotent. Got grenade synergy here. Let's just keep on dogging the health, right? Let's go Reaper, Time Dilation, the Mactus combo. Reaper, Time Dilation, Powerful Attraction. The good setup right there. And pump a little bit more into that melee set. So we got a good spread right here. All right, we got Delica Tomb. That fires final blows weapon have a chance to generate ionic traces. Powerful foes, opposing charges always generate ionic traces, and ionic traces are going to allow us to jolt. Oh, we definitely want to get the catalyst on this then. Collecting ionic trace partially reloads the magazine from reserves. We definitely want to do that. That's the other thing we got to keep in mind too, is that because we are running a special, we probably do want that special ammo finder on. So we'll drop that over. Oh, let's do Ashes to Assets. All right, let's do Ashes to Assets, and then let's see. Let's do Unraveling Orbs. That we can unravel targets too. Yeah, with that Unraveling Orb on. And we'll do this. We'll do a heavy hand and a firepower since we're going to be using both. That we have a way to be testing combat, or defeating combat and getting orbs. There was the other thought, too. I think this is the right one. Particle reconstruction. Sustained damage with fusion rifles. Since we are using a fusion rifle, let's go ahead and take off Defibrillating Blast. Because I know Stunning Chamber is going to grant max active bolt charge, but I want to try this. I want to try Particle Reconstruction. Just to see. Because we are running that fusion rifle, we are taking advantage of fusion rifle synergy. Right. I want to see. This is build testing today, Astro. No combat. Back combat. Back combat. Alright, try this again. Although, I think that's only going to work with a target that has more health. Because sustained damage does not... That's not sustained damage. That's not sustained damage. Alright, so let's try this again. There's that particle reconstruction. You can see it in the ammo. I gotta reload. Awesome. Okay. So now, we're definitely going to want to start farming that for that catalyst, because collecting ion traces is going to partially reload from the magazine, especially since the ideal is that we're regenerating ion traces all the time. But there's only one place that I like. Let's actually do the quick test setup. Quick tests. And then there's one place that I like to test content out a lot. Alright, so let's start by throwing the grenade. And jolt going. That going. This. Slide. And we already got... Dang, man. There is easily points in time that I had at least 2 abilities of. That's crazy. All right, so we're gonna go test this. We're gonna test into big content, and we're gonna check these out. We're gonna check it out. All right, so the main place. You know what? Hey, the moon's got it going on right now. Oh yeah, we also got to work on getting that too. But let's test this into see how horde content goes, and let's bring this into the moon. Right, moon also has some. The moon also has distortion going on right now. So I wonder if the distortion actually affects Sorrow's Harbor. I wonder. Not fully sure. We're gonna find out though. The Altars of Sorrow at public event activity. It should, because it affects all public events. I just wonder. I'm curious. Being curious about the game keeps the game alive. does. Way up the blade. Nice. Alright. That going. Yeah, we already got our traces going. The other benefit is with doing Boreonic traces, that's what it was. The other benefit with constantly spamming on traces is that we're going to be constantly getting ability energy back on top of bolt charge. Oh, nice. Tree Bane Cow. There we go. Real question, so where is this stinking event? Oh, it's all the way down there. All the way down there. That's so sick.
I can't hold them anymore!
I won't miss that. Traces. Like feeding jolting targets. We're like really making out of this right. That's insane. Hey, I forgot we're doing all this without even like using the classical slice. Let's go ahead and get some of that going on. Get some of that travel going. Unravel. Get some Green Bane Vest going now. And just like that. I didn't even pay attention to see how fast our super came back. I would definitely safe to say that is insane. But that's also with the help of some people online. So let's get testing this in solo content, right? Because it's a solo gamer data after all. So let's go ahead and test solo content. I'm thinking let's run the Whisper. Let's run the Whisper. Give it a shot. Also exposing how bad I am at a parkourness. All right. I know there's gonna be the unstoppable champion out there, so let's go and just get prepped for that. And get that finisher. There we go. Hey, we got the Woven Mail. Nice. All right. Hold on a second. I just thought of something. I totally thought of something real quick. So I know all this. So Arc Bolt. Wait a minute. I'm just deleting my subclass real quick. Other than the dagger, the combination blow, and we have Ascension. So, other than losing Tempest Strike, technically speaking, this setup could be run and the super, but technically speaking, this setup could be ran on Prismatic, which means we could also get some of those Prismatic bonuses from the artifact. Oh, we're gonna miss that jump. We dropped off too early. We missed the jump. And drop. The other place we can technically test this out on is probably Lawless Frontier, because it has that horde. It has the horde mode. But the only downside is, though, Lawless Frontier doesn't apply the actual health stuff. Like, your health isn't the same. You have to get the cure orbs. There is the other thought, too, and I ran this the other day. I'm trying to remember which artifact it was. But is it Elemental Benevolence? I'm trying to remember if... I think it was Curative Orbs is what it was. Now I'm trying to remember which one it was, which artifact it was, because if it has Curative Orbs... There it is. Okay. Element pick up gives you a small amount of health. So we should be getting a constant generation of health as we continue to generate ionic traces. Now let's see how much arc synergy we actually have here, because it says we have some, but I don't see much. In that first line, there's only one arc compounding. So yeah, we might not be having much here. I mean, definitely aiming towards blind, but that's about it. And armor charge gives... Yeah, no, we're going to stick with this. The only other thing I'm going to... Well, no, I can't do that. Because if I do that, then I'm going to lose this. But we'll run with the setup we have, see how it does with health regeneration and stuff like that. Catch the elevator up. It's probably one of the greatest exotic missions of all time, just because of how beautiful the map is. don't miss timing. He accidentally used a backup jump there. Don't get shot. Don't get booped. There's another guy there. Alright, good. Made it through the hole. Up and over. I miss the original Destiny campaign. I miss Titan. Like, I miss Titan. I miss just sitting there watching the waves crash, looking for the sea monster rise up. I hate the fact that we don't get the campaigns again. I don't know why they decided to delete them. I don't. Like, Red War was so good. The whole lineup was so good. But I gotta stop reminiscing and getting focused. Alright. Got the jolts going. And we already died. Alright. This is not the best content to be testing this on, just because it takes so long to get in there, so we're going to actually test this in the hard content, and takes us into a dungeon that I still have yet to clear. Rewards pass. What do we got here? Oh, nice. It is Friday, but it's not Xur time yet. Even though, funny enough, there's a bug right now that will show where Xur is located, and you go to the tower, he's not there. It's kind of funny. Let's take an Equilibrium dungeon, just to see, right? Alright, so testing out the resetup of the Lucky Raspberry build.
Including a dossier of active Praxic agents. That information in the Imperium's hands puts the entire Praxic order at risk. With them, I would guardian the city. Take down the Imperial dredgens. Save the order.
That jolt going on up there.
Show them the fire that burns within you.
And just like that. One thing I do want to modify with this gun real quick is I do want to put on abundant ammo. Just because I'm going to do the same thing here. Just because we have a generation going on, or a special ammo finder, and I do want to wait to keep on getting more special ammo at a relatively consistent rate, since Delicate Tomb is special, and it's going to be one of the ways that we get a lot of weapon damage going on. But from what I'm seeing right now, Delicate Tomb is just like a backup, really. Doing alright. Doing alright. Got some build testing going on. Try not to die, really. Totally missed that. And we're gonna die. Too much damage there. This is really solid damage there, actually. And jump. See the attention. Go. Is that applying weaken? Is something in my setup applying weaken? Because I'm seeing, like, when something hits, yeah, I'm reading chats. Are you hearing me? Let me see if I can, let me fix this real quick. Put onto this side. Doing okay. Doing alright. Trying to playing around with software, so I'm trying to see an optimized setup because that should be better. Okay. Because yeah, the way I had it set up, you're like the chat pop-up was all the way on the opposite side, away from my peripheral view, and I didn't even realize it. So sorry about that. I've been playing Destiny 2 since Red War, so since whenever... Jeez, I can't remember when the first campaign, how long ago it was. I'll just say, I've been playing Destiny 2 long enough that I got the old light emblem. I will say that. However long that is, I don't remember at this point. Oh, I missed the timing. Right now, not much. Right now, not much. Just because with Dad Life, I only got time for like one game, and right now, Destiny 2 is probably my favorite game. I have dabbled in others. When the whole Dark Day, Dark Announcement happened with Destiny, I did actually look into Warframe. Barely looked into Warframe, but that's probably about it. I like games that have the sandbox capability where you have to build your character in order to be strong. This probably is my favorite game, honestly. Dude, will you just get up here, please? I promise I'm not going to take you out yet. Thank you. Thank you. Finally. So I've heard of those games. I've never tried them, but honestly, for some reason I feel like those are, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like those are more like horror style games, which I'm not a horror person. I'm definitely not a horror person. Was it right about the genre? Oh, don't die. There we go. Planet Earth. That's information I don't share. The same Planet Earth, because I don't. That's information I don't share. Just for my family's safety and my kids' safety, I don't share where I'm from. So I just say Planet Earth. No offense. I'm gonna miss it, and I'm gonna die. Yep, there it is. Dang. All right, we're gonna throw this into something else real quick. Just because I don't want to be on a stream losing 24/7. I'm working on getting better at dungeons. So, but this is armor. This is an armor hunting day, and we can definitely say, especially the fact that since we're consistently jolting targets at luminescent gear, is a solid win. So we're gonna go ahead and save this so we don't lose it. Put the arc icon on there, and I just passed it. There we go. Put the arc icon on there so we don't lose it. So definitely works there. But going back to my notes page on my phone real quick. So got that checked off. So the other set that I'm wanting to look into today is I want to see how good, because I have seen so many videos. I even showed my father-in-law last night videos about the solar fulmination, your additions to increase damage and increase radius. I am curious to see how well these do on the Ahamkara build. Because I know Ahamkara can go crazy with ignitions and stuff like that. And technically speaking, ignitions are also going to spread and give ability energy and count as ability energy. So I am curious to see how well these are going to do. And I got to find the Ahamkara gloves. Yeah, is that the right one? I think it's the right one. I had two of them. Let's go and delete that one because we don't need that one. Young Ahamkaras. And let's go ahead and take this off. Put in Ahamkaras. Put on the solar subclass. Let's do some blade barrage action. Gambler's dodge. Trip mine grenade. And now, knock him down. We're gonna knock him down just because. Well, Radiant, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get the infinite throwing knife, and at the same time, Blade Barrage is gonna launch and do more projectiles. And we're gonna keep the new crack shot on, just because this is also going to allow us to do more damage for scorching, and it should also count as ability final blows. So, Ember Empyrean. The only downside is we're not going to have access to it getting restoration, thanks to the newly refurbished knock 'em or on your mark Not going to get restoration times 1, but that's okay. Because we are... Actually, no, that's right. Duh, what am I doing? We're testing out the ignition spread here. So we're going to do more Scorch. And slap on that Hunter's Journal. Let's see if there's a way we can do more Scorch. Not here, but... we are going to put on Shield Crush. Because when we're Radiant, we're going to get more Grenade and hit harder with Grenade. Let's see. Maybe Sniper's Meditation. Or we keep on Argent Blade. Ooh. Actually, probably should keep on Argent Blade because then technically... do I have it on? We do have it on. Okay. I'll look at the armor set and later because I got to think about the armor set. But if we do put on some Sage Protector, technically, sword hits give us class and grenade, which is kind of the focus because we need at least those two stats or those two abilities ready to go. So I'm good to have that on as a backup. All right, so we got Solar Formation, kind of the key ingredient here. And if we're going to go into swords, which we don't... I don't think I... No, I do have a Solar Sword. I do have Lament. But I don't have the Catalyst yet. But I do have the Axe. Grab the feeding targets, give us sword ammo. Then... Kinetic. Small resistance from everything. And the Solar Snipers. So, just kind of some basic stuff here. Did they say or weapon matching super? Or weapon matching super. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're going to need a solar weapon on. Need 2 solar weapons and a kinetic. Right, so we can continue that element to pick up. Just kind of pre-idea setup here. But... let's see. Get the... looking at all of our options here. But if we're running swords, we're going to want the sword. So, and we do still have Burning Ambition on, which is nice. We do have Lament, but we don't have the Catalyst. Although, maybe we can run some Gambit. I haven't tested out the Gambit yet. That'd be fun. Alright, but we are able to... I'm trying to think. I don't know of any... oh, boy. Okay, yeah. Okay, we got it. Oh, we got it. Alright, so... there it is. 7th Seraph. Alright, so while we're going to be running 7th Seraph, this is because we're not running the 4 set, we're running the 2 set. The idea with this is running 2 set of 7th Seraph because solar ability final blows, or solar abilities, solar ability final blows are going to give us Warmind charges, or Warmind cells, and that's going to increase our weapon stat and grenade stat at 10 stacks, giving us plus 30 to our grenade and our weapon. Our weapon stat's abysmal right now, but we're going to fix that. And then the other thought is running 2 pieces of Sage Protector to give us, on the off chance that we run out of... well, hang on a second, let me think. While you have Warmind charge, defeating power come back, destroying conduct, destroying a tangle. Okay, so we're not going to be doing any of those. Okay, so yeah, 2 sets just fine. The 2 sets just fine here. I know I just got a Dreambane. What does Dreambane do? When you have Unstable Essence, final blows challenging back and high rank grant Unstable Essence. While you have Unstable Essence, you receive grenade and melee bonus or stat bonuses. Rapid weapon damage or final blows heal you if you have 4 set. Might be good. Good backup to keep in mind. Good backup to keep in mind. We're going to put on probably my favorite soul weapon that I have access to, Mana Mini Tool, and then we're going to put on the axe. We're going to put on the axe body spray. We're going to go back to the tower real quick. Shooting range, and we're going to actually test this out. Although, I know Stellar Fulmination really works well when you have multiple targets. So, that'll be interesting run. But we're going to see how it works. I know it works really well in the Warlock, especially with Dawn Cores. At least I've seen videos like that. Alright. So let's switch to the Cabal. Cabal's got the big heavy people. I know it's got Carl. But can we run more than one Carl? Is this how you do it? Nope, still one Carl. Alright, so then we're going to switch to this, just because, honestly, I think I have to look up how to get more than one Carl on the board. But, are they close? Not close? Well, that's just rude. You're all going to stay up there, aren't you? Alright, well, the good news is that playing the Hunter right now. Doing some testing on the Hunter right now. Trying to... just testing out the Ahamkara build. Honestly. With Solar Fulmination. So, although... not fully liking it, to be honest. Not fully liking it. Probably not running it, probably not doing it well. Giving it justice, but just be okay. What we are going to do, though, is we are going to... did I delete that setup? I did. So it means I'm going to go back into my dim real quick, and... what's my main? I'll be honest. I don't really have a main anymore. Just because, I started on Warlock. All the way back when Red War was new, I started on Warlock. And about... a few years in, I switched onto Hunter. I think probably after... in between Witch Queen and Lightfall. No, Beyond Light. Beyond Light. That's when I switched to Hunter. That's when I started playing Hunter. Just because I wanted to actually give it a shot. Yeah, just because I want to actually give it a shot. And then playing Beyond Light on Hunter is what made me fall in love with Hunter, just because I love Revenant. I love the Silence and Squall super. Probably my favorite super of all time, period. Tied equally to Warlock's Chaos Reach. And then Titan, I didn't start playing until recently. Because I didn't start playing until maybe end of last year, start of this year. Just because I realized I've never played Titan before and I wanted to try it. So, probably main reason. But kind of getting to, so the other build I'm wanting to set up is the build that I have coined the Phantom, which the whole purpose of it, Black Talon, Gear Falcon's Halberd, go invisible, go insane. Which, why are there ads popping up on my computer? That's ridiculous. But with the idea of this is how can we make this go crazy? Because this build already goes crazy in itself, right? Before, when Renegades, this build already went nuts. But how to make it go even more extreme? I think an MPA repulsion. So we can continue to spread weaken. Ah, there is Void Weapon Channeling. That's what I want to put on. Gives a chance to being powerful combat with a Void Weapon has a chance to generate heavy ammo progress for you and your teammates. Protective Breach. Really none of the other games much, just because with dad life I don't have much time for gaming overall, but I'd probably say like I recently started playing Warframe, like barely, I think just got past the intro mission, stuff like that, which I enjoy it. But there's so much in Destiny 2 right now that I'm exploring that I'm not so sure I'm really going to be getting off of Destiny 2 for a long time. I also really like Star Wars games, to be honest. I know I saw a while back that Jedi Survivor 3 was in production, so we'll probably be covering that on this channel once that officially releases, and I can get my hands on it too, because, you know, money is a thing. Alright, so the thought with this, pick out Void Breach cause your next source of Void damage to spread weaken. Void Weapon Channeling, this is going to give us more Void Surges per ability, although we have another way of going around that. It's just nice for occasional stuff. Bricks and Beyond, it's going to give heavy ammo progress to be a powerful combatant with a Void Weapon. Protective Breach. Breach is going to give us Overshield. Overload Grenades is going to help stun. Which that one's kind of a flex spot, to be honest. Oh, thanks. Volatile Pigment is going to give us volatile rounds and orders of power. And Unto the Breach, defeating a Void debuff target is going to create a Void Breach, while Void of Prismatic is equipped. So that's kind of the idea, because I know MPA is like ridiculous for Void. Like ridiculous for Void overall. Possibly. I'll be honest, I'm hardly ever on Twitch. Like, I honestly forgot I even had it on my phone. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I can be streaming to Twitch as well. So, and I have the memory of a squirrel. So I can say yes in one breath, and I'll probably forget as soon as my kid wakes up. Which, BT dubs, for everyone that's joining in, that is kind of the rule of my stream, is I will stream. There's no set time frame for my stream. It's I stream until my daughter wakes up, and then I'm out, because I don't stream whenever she's on. Part of my motto is I give my focus on to them when they're awake. So right now, my wife and my daughter are both asleep. So, but anywho, the other thought with the whole artifact focusing around Void Breaches, and Void Breaches helping us go crazy. Now let's see what we can do for this. All right, so we have Shadows of Deathfall is going to apply the highest weekend of the game. Marks and Dodge is going to collect. Ammo boxes nearby. Snare Bomb is also going to allow us to go invisible now. I think that was... I did not end up seeing that in any of the patch notes or the twids. So I think they may or may not have snuck that one in, or I overlooked that. But we also have the new Phantom Surge, which is also very nice. Still playing around with that. Becoming more... Sorry, I'm reading your comment. Wait, what caught you off guard? Might be doing a suppressor grenade. Oh no, we already have suppression from the weapon. If we're not going to run on the prowl, I might run in Traverse Ambush then instead. Because that way we can get Devour. And Stylish is going to allow us to... Oh, it doesn't apply any of the Void Status effect anymore. Interesting. And our class stat is terrible, so we might not have that up. My Destiny 2 character, or my character as a person? Yeah. Spreading Weekend is going to get a curative Void Breach. And Suppression is going to create a Void Breach. If we keep on the prowl, then I might just keep this on, because this is going to be a great way to get... Yeah. I'm not sure. I'll be honest. Probably not. I'm be honest. Probably not. I do appreciate the offer. But I would say not right now. Only because I am the type of person that, and if you end up going to my YouTube channel, one thing you're going to learn really, really quickly is that I am a Christian, and I'm not ashamed of that, nor do I hide that. But one thing that I do is I don't ask people, I don't push follow links, I don't ask for donations and stuff like that. The only way that I have felt peace on even partially monetizing is through ads, and that is because it is passive. It is not me going on my way, and it's because one thing I do is I share the gospel on my channel, and I'm not ashamed of that, and I stand by freely as I have received the gospel of Christ, freely I give the gospel of Christ. And I'm not going to be pushing people and pushing links, affiliate links, stuff like that, asking for money. So even if I was interested in, because someone that I worked with does the exact same thing, does designs, and he even asked me once he found that I had a gaming channel, and I told him the exact same thing. I don't make enough money to even be able to pay somebody. I've been monetizing for almost a month, and I haven't even broken $100 yet. So I appreciate you asking, but I'm going to say no solely for the fact that I am not the person that you'd be looking for to do that if you were also trying to make a side income for anything, because I have nothing to give you. All right, but anyways, I am thinking of, which is going to come from Pinnacle sets, the UTech gear, because this is also going to give Void Breaches. So the question is, though, what armor set to run, because we do want to focus on, we do definitely want to focus on weapon. We could have a minor focus on grenade. Do we want to focus on class? Probably. But thing is, like, Void Breach is naturally going to give class ability energy, so we kind of had, in the previous build, we made up for that. So the question is, what do we want to focus on? Gunner's already set. Maybe still do Gunner. Yeah, because all the setup here is, like, majority setup here was Gunner. So, but let's go and clear some space and check the vault. See if we have any. If I can actually get to the dang vault. There we go. See if we actually have any gear tech gear. All right, we got the helmet right here. And do we have another set of gear tech gear? That's all 7th Seraph. Which 7th Seraph might be good too, because if... The other thing is, does volatile count as area of effect? Which it probably does. So if that's the case, if we're continuing to get final blows from volatile, then we can be getting plus 30 total to our weapon and grenade stat. Which just had a 7th Seraph chest, didn't I? Ah, yes, but that's right. I need a 7th Seraph. 2 other things, really. So we'll do that. And we're going to test 7th Seraph for the helmet, because chest piece is locked up for the exotic. There's 7th Seraph, although it's not the best armor rolls. We also need... Oh, I was also looking to see if I had your tech for... Which we do not. We have 7th Seraph for the boots. We don't have 7th Seraph. We don't have U-Tech for those. And so it looks like we're farming for your tech. Nice. Alright. But one thing we're going to do real quick is we're going to test and see, does volatile final blows count as 7th Seraph? Or just count as... Oh goodness, I can't talk anymore. Does it give Warmind charges? That's really what I'm saying. So we're going to get that cleaned up, that charged up, and... Oh, look at that. Look at this Pokemon icon. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I will say that. That's pretty cool. But how are we going to get volatile first? Alright, we pick up or power to grant that. Alright, and good, we got harmonic siphon on. Alright, we got volatile. Alright, so it does not look like that, unless I'm not getting enough targets close together, it doesn't look like the volatile explosion is going to be enough to proc 7th Seraph, which, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. We don't fully need it. My gaming chair is so old, it's crazy. Well, I don't think it's old, it's just, it's worn out. But. Alright, so the next question is, what armor set can we actually run with this if we're not going to run a 7th Seraph? Then the answer is going to be probably your tech gear. Alright, get more explosions on picking up Void Breaches. But the only issue with that is we don't have enough. So we're going to be farming your tech gear. Yay! Alright, so if that's the case, let's get our Ferropotent gear back on. Actually, wait a minute. Where's it at? I just saw it. Just had it. Oh, that's right. I use a dim link. Oh, it's Thriving Survivor that I had on. Okay. Cool. There we go. Ferropotent and Thriving Survivor with grenades, grant heat weapons, vent speed. Nice. Alright, cool. Let's go farm some Ferropotent gear. Not for Opitant. I can't ever talk right. I can't ever talk right. There it is. There's the one. I know that's not the right one either, though. So there it is. That's the right setup. All right, cool. Have to abandon this. Let's go farm some pinnacle gear. Because that is where we're going to find the U technology gear. And that is going to help give us... Ooh. Nice. I don't think Zavala's selling any. Now I think about it. I'm going to double check real quick. Let me double check Zavala real quick. Double check Zavula. And then going to go farm some pinnacle gear. Just because Zavala is selling it, then I think I do have some Vanguard Engrams that I can cash in. Unlock these real quick while I'm waiting. Yeah, I don't have 1,000 voices. Although I guess we have that from the last Wish raid, you know, since that's the boss's name. But yeah, if I have some, if Zavala is selling it, that's going to help with getting some 5-tier Q technology gear as opposed to 3-tier. And hopefully getting it with the actual stat roll that we want. So let's go check them out. Sword, because sword just fits the aesthetic right there.
Are you ready?
Alright, so he's selling Triumphal and Living Opitant. He is selling U-Tech. And we do Vanguard Ciphers. But we can get 3. Alright, so you know what we're going to instead? We're going to run some Fire Team Ops on a live stream. Alright, so we got Unstop and we got Barrier. We don't have a way to deal with Barrier just yet. Do now. Oh, there's a way we deal with unstops. Huh. Okay. Alright, we need another weapon to deal with unstops then. Just real quick. Make sure you got the right loadout. That might be good. Something to keep in mind.
If the hive may rise again in the light, I wonder what that says about us.
Dimensional shift on that bow. That's right. And you know what? I had another one on one of my other characters that was a really good setup. It had dimensional shifts and something else. There it is. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Had this on my Titan. Found this on my Titan last night, and this gives dimensional shift and destabilizing rounds. So collecting void breach is going to give this is going to give us overshield, and it's going to give us destabilizing rounds in general, and then it also could apply weaken and snapshot sights, which actually might be nice because we need to spread weaken.
Tell me you have
Something to keep in mind. But that is a pretty good looking bow. But with that said, we have a way to stop unstops, so let's get into fire teams. Get some of those Vanguard credits so we can easily get U-Tech gear. I would probably estimate this might be the last, just looking at the time on my side, might be the last thing that I'm able to do today just because around that time that my daughter wakes up. And like I said, rules of the stream, whenever she wakes up, I get off. Alright, let's do it. The only downside that I would say to bonusing reload speed when it comes to bows is that it doesn't help with the draw time. High impact longbow. Time it takes to reload the weapon. Alright, let's do it. Ooh, heavy ammo.
They've erected a proving ground outside that massive tank.
I'm running out full. Whoa. Okay. Welcome to Mexico. Yeah, that hit hard. Imperial access code. Refresh the overshield, punch shift. Oh my god. Has anyone else noticed, like, people running stasis now, like, all of a sudden, like, the stasis shards are all, like, stasis crystals also booping enemies around like crazy? I will say, smoke bomb letting smoke bomb go invisible now definitely fits the ninja setup, the ninja vibe. You know, I don't even think I'm modded this thing out. I'm gonna put it in a bit.
Heavy resistance up ahead. Remember, do not hold back. Show your enemy no quarter, as they did to us in the Red War.
Sorry, I'm staying quiet right now because I'm keeping an ear out for the baby monitor that's next to me, making sure my daughter's not about to wake up. Too far. Too far. I know what's about to drop. Too far. I think I'm already maxed stack armor. I didn't even stun him. Oh, it just reminds me of Hans days playing Overwatch. Just jumping up over an enemy and then taking him out from above. I think someone else may have stunned him because that other unstop took way too much damage for not being stunned by me. Oh, sorry, took him out easily. And take him out now. Nice. And the fact that, like, This is like, when I first made this build and I had said infinite overshield, like in the video in my opener, and people were like, there's no infinite overshield on that. Yeah, I know. That's because in the opener, it couldn't have infinite overshield because I wasn't using the... Because I was getting overshield from Compact Defender with the destabilizing rounds and... repulsor brace. But in this, like, so long as you're playing the build, especially when we get to we get the full set of UTEC gear, we're gonna be cooking. We're gonna be getting overshield up all the time. Cause yep. Oh, that would have just taken me out. That would have wholeheartedly just taken me out. See overshield. Little unstops coming in. Stun them. Yep, just like that would take me out. Ugh, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Thank you. Oh, man. Why do I keep on getting that close to him? Without overshit, I cannot get that close. I love it when enemies glitch on me and all of a sudden jump to a different position entirely. There's one. And there's two. Alright, run the DPS. Oh, man, I even dodged the stomp and I got hit. Come on. Oh, that's just rude. Spawn me right next to a fake ammo brick so I can get hit. So we're getting some volatile going up here. Got him. With the last sword hit, too. Got him.
Excellent work, Guardian. When
Alright,
the
so
Cabal
lost bonus
inevitably
drop.
break this treaty, we'll be ready to crush them. Until then, keep up the good work.
Nice. All the 4 different legs of luminopotent gear. 4 different legs. And a gun. 2 guns. Okay. Did I at least get cold steel? No, I did not. It's alright. I already have a cold steel one, and I have a rhyme. Well, I've already have a cold steel setup that I've been running since when Aurora Dawn was new. But man. I didn't even get Vanguard credit. Oh my goodness. Did I completely space on how to get a Vanguard credit? I think I spaced on how to get a Vanguard credit. Make sure I actually went to the right spot. Alright. Looking that up real quick. Alright. How to get Vanguard credit. Destiny 2, because yeah, apparently there's a business that's called Vanguard. Okay, it's not updated yet on how to actually properly get it yet. So, all right. Well, I'll ask you guys if you guys in the chat know how to get how to get the Vanguard credits. I knew how to get it once upon a time, but I have completely spaced on how to get them. Drop it in the chat how to get a Vanguard credit, because that's going to be the easiest way that we can get our hands on the UTech gear right now. I want to say it's just complete the fire ops. Fire team ops is my thought. Yeah, my initial thought is looking at the fire team ops, but I didn't get any that time. So we're gonna do this real quick. While that's loading, we're gonna try looking it up again. Add one more thing to the search. Monument of Triumph. Monument of Triumph. Vanguard. Credit. Destiny 2. Well, you know, maybe Zavala will tell me. Maybe Zavala says how to actually get them. So we're gonna go check real quick on Zavala.
You ever think Zavala's been doing this for too long?
Let's begin.
Focus decoding. Oh, Vanguard ciphers. Okay, that's the word I was missing. Okay, how to get Vanguard cipher. Vanguard cipher. So where's Grandmaster Nightfalls? Cool. I just did that. Well, it's alright. Maybe it's like a rarity drop. Oh, mute mic for just a second. Okay. Daughter was moving, making sure that she was good. All right, well, then it's probably where I know, because you know what? I know exactly what I did, too. We're going to save that just for a second. Change the color to... Wow, that looks like a weird turd. That's funny. Anyways, all right, we're going to switch up to our Stasis Hunter set with the full round of War Set gear. And if we have to do it Grandmaster, I guess we have to do a Grandmaster. Bear or unstop and all right. If it's unstop and barrier, what did I have on it before? Ah, okay. So fun. Heyo. So fun tip there. If you're ever trying to do a loadout, make sure you actually have room in your make sure you actually have room in your inventory, or else it won't give it to you. What's up, Buffalo? Jumping on the tail end of the stream. It's all good. I know I start early for my time zone, so... But only time that I can actually get in and do it. So we're going to run this solo Grandmaster Scarlet Keep as long as we can. Not going to say it's going to be flawless. I never guarantee flawless. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Having fun, getting some builds squared away for the hunter. This is, how many rounds we got? 33. Did we lock here already? Or do we lock here? Stop it! There we go. 35 is better. Alright, there we go. Cool! And let's get the snipe. Stand up. Oh! Let's get that going. Hey! Rude. Trying to farm some Vanguard ciphers because one of the builds that I'm working, one of the Renegades builds that I'm working on refreshing requires some U technology gear, and I could go through and grind out the Pinnacle missions for rolls, but I can also work on getting Vanguard ciphers to get 5-tier rolls. But hoping to get this, hopefully get this mission done. We're pushing our luck right now on time. And there's the barrier. No! You will... Oh. Fine, get the slice in. You get the bullet mail. Nice. Oh, by the way, Buffalo. I didn't put a post out on YouTube about this yet, but one thing that I did find was, I know, like, it's really popular right now to run an artifact that has, oh, what's it called? 2 shreds with a class ability set. And I know the popular weapon right now is the Festival of Flight, but there is technically a secondary option, and that is the Quad Victus machine gun. It's strand, so you don't have to use that kinetic slot. It will allow you to do the exact same thing. I think I've seen right now that you can get it from the Crucible, but I got mine from a different spot. I think I got it like when it's still in AoE drop. Who is blasting me over there? That's drives me nuts. Let me guess, another barrier champion. Oh no, it's you guys. You know what? Chill out. Okay, finisher on you. Finisher. Finisher on you. Alright, we're just gonna run this way. There we go. Now we got those long shells going. Get that frost armor up. And boom. Oh man, that was close. And dodge all this. Finisher. Clear all the ads, and then where'd that barrier champion go? He's up there. Alright, don't worry about him. Super, get damage going on you. There it is. Take out the barrier, nice. So good. I've been practicing running some solo, at least like Nightfall solo Nightfall missions with Grandmaster difficulty. It's not like true Vanguard alerts. But one thing that I have learned is that, especially if you have a dedicated barrier or a dedicated champion weapon, make sure that weapon is reloaded, especially if it's barrier. Okay. just go ahead and get frozen and fall then. That's nice. Alright, this is the part that I always mess up on, because there's this cursed thrall that always come in. So let me take out these enemies. Oh, get a small bump. Get the shield bump. Yep, just like that. Make sure you're always reloaded. Let's see if we can get some unraveling rounds going. And get the finisher. There we go. Alright, now. I see you. I didn't forget about you. I'm about to break my own rule here. That was a close one. Alright, now that we got those enemies cleared out, because in the past, I've ran this mission, and it's always that one that I finally die on, because it's those 3 cursed thrall that come right up next to you that will kamikaze you if you're not careful, which I was not. Just alright, getting ready for the drop.
Let's move.
And Unstop's gonna drop back there. Actually, on the other side of that tenant. Oh no, it's right there. Pop him because he's gonna be annoying. Really stay out of his range as much as you can, and once you do, you should be able to take care of him again. Take out the ads. Shield stun on him. And get the weapon mail. The ogre is always terrifying. The ogre is terrifying to deal with. Because especially when he's all the way back there, and like strategically it's actually a really good place for it to be. The tank all the way in the back, and let the grunts in the front do the heavy lifting. While he just room clears. We're gonna have 2 wizards that pop on the side. Let's go ahead and get the super going. See if we can stay out of their line of fire. Got some ads. Yeah, I got frozen on one of them. Nice. Alright, now comes the next annoying part. Is the stinking screamer all the way up there. Gotta be careful on both sides here. Frost Stone out, get the 50% DR. Whoa! And the annoying part is that the slice going up. Sever him. He does less damage. Yeah. We're gonna lose on that one. Once we have... There we go. Got him. Let it clear out. Nice. Yep, he doesn't get the health back on that one. That's alright. Oh, let's not fall to our death there. Get the finisher. And just because we're going to have some wizards coming up here soon. Where you at? There you are. Nope, there's the wizard. Finisher, frost armor, keep those warm mine charges up. Start picking off ads. Reload. The shatter sling going. Reload again. That shatter, double, finisher. There we go. Reload, because this is going to be one of the next hard parts. Just take your time. Not too much time, just because eventually you're going to run out of timer. There's always that chance of you running out of health, or running out of revives, really. Revives always a nice backup, too. A good thing to use on stasis as well is, especially when it comes to barrier champions, is use the stasis crystals as cover. Because then, well, in reality, he can't hit you. Oh! Yeah, I messed that one up. It's probably gonna cost me. Alright, we gotta pull the super out on him. Come on, timing right. There we go. Alright, take care of the ads. Definitely use cover to keep yourself out of the range of those wizards, because wizards will delete you in seconds. Which, it doesn't exactly hurt to go in and take care of the wizards. Just sit here and get your health back. Which I know there is a barrier champion right behind me. Oh no, there's not. Okay. He's on the other side. Alright, let's go ahead and get this crystal taken care of. We got 2 hail barrages at least, which is nice. Did we get that other crystal taken care of? No, we did not. There's he is. And just because I know you're about to, there you are. Hey! slice going so we get the woven mail and the under. Shadow Blade on him. Did we take him out or did he get bumped? He got bumped. We use him to get the woven mail. That way easier to take out the barrier champion. Reload. There you are. Sever on him. And woven mail. Take out the champion. There we go. Alright, who's shooting behind me? Alright. There's all 3 crystals.
Do you feel it as I do, Guardian?
We're definitely going to run out of time, so hopefully we don't lose all the revives, because this takes more than 6 minutes to climb up.
And potent as sunshine, soaking through your skin. Your deeds have inspired an abiding fear and hatred in the hive. But now there's something more. You've been to where they long to go.
Alright, this part's a new encounter, just because with the Monument of Triumph update, and now we get Cabal on this mission too, just because technically it is Scarlet Keep, and it's where the intro to Cold Shadow comes into play. So take out 3 of the ads there. This is why when a lot of people will like on my channel, and I could totally be wrong. This is me personally. When a lot of people ask for like, you know, oh, it's like super ad focused. Yeah, because I'm a solo player. I don't have the benefit of running with a fire team. Oh, this is solo. Reload again. There you are. Yep, and I messed up the time again. Get that shot. There's the finisher. The real challenge is to continue to do this before my daughter wakes. Alright, there's the other thing that always takes me out, is the big booms. Thank you! Finally someone who agrees! I honestly, genuinely, I feel like that's one of the advantages of me being a solo player so much, is because I had to learn, because when I went through the Grass of Avarice dungeon solo, whoa. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Well, okay then. Oh, that is so dumb. Okay. So, what is error code bird? Error code bird. General networking error, meaning the disconnect can be due to my internet. Well, my internet didn't go down, so because I'm still streaming. Oh, that is so aggravating and hilarious at the same time. That is, oh my gosh. That is, oh, come on. That is ridiculous, man. Right in the middle of the stinking run. I don't think it died. I think I was running that flawless so far. Like, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but like, I think I was running that flawless. Man, come on. All right, well, just for kicks and giggles, I'll be right back. I'm going to make sure that the internet on my console is all right, because the internet's fine right now for me. Obviously, because the fact that I'm still streaming, I haven't lost any frames. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to check the internet on my console just real quick, make sure that I'm not losing internet. Because I haven't lost any frames, right? The streaming is going good. I have it up on my phone too as well, just to make sure on y'all's side I can see it. So everything is running good. So I'll be right back, making sure I'm good on my console side. So be right back. All right, we are back. I checked the internet on my side. Everything looked fine from my perspective, so I don't know what was going on there. I guess it may have been just a latency drop, but I don't know. That's weird. You know what? It's probably because we were doing too good on the mission. We were probably doing too good on the mission, and Bungie said, nope, you can't have that. It's alright. It's alright. I'll be honest, I don't know how much time we have left. Anyways, my daughter is sleeping pretty late at this point. So we'll see how it goes. But I am going to go ahead and call it on the stream for today, just because I think, if memory serves, my wife and I were trying to do something around 10 o'clock, and we probably have to go start getting ready for that. But thank you to every single one of you. This is probably, honestly, looking at the numbers of people who have been on the stream and joined the stream, this is probably the most that people have actually joined on the stream in a long time. I will be on tomorrow. For everyone who's still on and listening, I will be on tomorrow morning, same time, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, right? I'm still working out that streaming schedule, but you got me 2 days this week. So come back tomorrow. Who knows, I might end up running this mission one more time. And with that, thank you all so much for hanging out with me today, and see y'all tomorrow. Peace.